Understanding the latest advances in artificial intelligence, AI, may seem very complicated, but if you are interested in learning the basics, many of the innovations in AI can be summed up in two concepts: machine learning and deep learning. These terms sometimes seem like buzzwords that are synonyms, and that is why it is important to know how to differentiate them. This is what we're going to discuss in today's video. But first, please like and subscribe to this channel, and then sit back and relax. Before we go deeper into details, you have to be clear about their differences, especially since we now see examples of machine learning and deep learning everywhere. Thanks to them, Netflix knows what program you want to watch next, and Facebook knows whose face appears in a photo. And both are also the reason driverless vehicles exist, and why a customer service representative knows if you're satisfied with their service even before you fill out a customer satisfaction survey. But what are these concepts that dominate conversations about artificial intelligence, and how exactly are they different? Deep learning and machine learning. The easiest way to understand the difference between machine learning and deep learning is to know that deep learning is simply a form of machine learning. More specifically, deep learning is considered an evolution of machine learning. It uses a programmable neural network that allows machines to make sound decisions without the help of people. But for the neophytes, let's first define what machine learning is. What is machine learning? The basic definition of machine learning is algorithms that analyze data, learn from it, and then apply what they learn to make informed decisions. A simple example of a machine learning algorithm is an on-demand music streaming service. The service decides which new songs or artists to recommend to a listener based on machine learning algorithms that associate the listener's preferences with other listeners who have similar musical tastes. Often referred to simply as AI, this technique is used in many services that offer automated recommendations. Machine learning is behind all sorts of automated tasks used in many industries, from data security companies chasing malware to finance professionals who want to be alerted when profitable investments appear. AI algorithms are programmed to constantly learn like a virtual personal assistant, something they do quite well. Machine learning for important customer service metrics. Machine learning is based on complex mathematical and programming methods that ultimately serve a mechanical function, just like a flashlight, a car, or a computer screen. When we say that something is machine learning, it means that something performs a function on the data that is passed to it and progressively improves over time. It's like you have a flashlight that goes on every time you say, "It's dark," so it can recognize different sentences that contain the word dark. How machines can learn new tricks today starts to get interesting and exciting when we get into the topic of deep learning and deep neural networks. Deep learning versus machine learning. The difference between deep learning and machine learning. In practice, deep learning is just a subset of machine learning. Deep learning is technically machine learning, and it works similarly. Hence, the terms are sometimes loosely interchanged. However, their capabilities are different. Although basic machine learning models are constantly improving for whatever function they are applied to, they still need some form of guidance. If an AI algorithm produces an inaccurate prediction, an engineer must step in to adjust it. With a deep learning model, an algorithm can determine for itself whether or not a prediction is correct using its neural network. Let's go back to the flashlight example. It could be programmed to turn on when it recognizes the audible signal of someone saying the word dark. But as it continues to learn, it could be activated by any sentence that contains that word. With a deep learning model, the flashlight could understand that it should turn on with a "can't see" or "light switch not working" prompt, possibly combined with a light sensor. A deep learning model is capable of learning through its method of computation, a technique with which it appears to have a brain of its own. How does deep learning work? A deep learning model is designed to continuously analyze data with a logical structure that draws human-like conclusions. To achieve this, deep learning applications use a layered structure of algorithms called an artificial neural network. The design of an artificial neural network is inspired by the biological neural network of the human brain, which generates a learning process with much more potential than that of standard machine learning models. it is not easy to ensure that a deep learning model does not draw the wrong conclusions. Like other examples of AI, it requires a lot of training to get the learning processes right. But when it works as intended, functional deep learning is often hailed as a marvel of science that many consider to be the backbone of true artificial intelligence. A good example of deep learning is Google's AlphaGo, a computer program created by Google with its neural network, which learned to play the abstract board game called Go, known to require strong intellectual and intuitive abilities. AlphaGo's deep learning model was pitted against professional Go players, allowing it to learn to play at a level never seen before in artificial intelligence, even without being told when to make a certain move, as a standard model would require machine learning. A major stir arose when AlphaGo defeated several world-famous masters of the game. Not only had it become clear that a machine could understand the complex techniques and abstract aspects of the game, but it was also becoming one of the best players. To better understand the differences, here are key points. Machine learning uses algorithms to analyze data, learn from it, and make informed decisions based on what it has learned. Deep learning structures algorithms in layers to create an artificial neural network capable of learning and making intelligent decisions on its own. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning. Although both fall under the broader category of artificial intelligence, deep learning is the foundation of more human-like artificial intelligence. Data is the fuel of the future. With the huge amounts of data generated by the current big data era, we will soon see innovations that we cannot even imagine yet, perhaps in the next 10 years. According to experts, some of them will probably be applications of deep learning. Andrew Ng, the chief scientific officer of Baidu, China's largest search engine, and one of the leaders of the Google Brain project, offered an excellent deep learning analogy in Wired magazine. He said that AI is like building a rocket. You need a huge engine and a lot of fuel. If the engine is big and you have little fuel, you won't be able to put it into orbit. If you have a small engine and a ton of fuel, it won't even get off the ground. So to build a rocket, you need a huge engine and a lot of fuel. What role do machine learning and deep learning play in customer service? Many of today's AI applications in customer service use machine learning algorithms, which are used as the foundation for self-service, to increase agent productivity and to design more reliable workflows. The data fed into these algorithms comes from a constant stream of queries submitted by customers and includes the context surrounding each issue. In turn, when that context is added to an AI application, faster and more accurate predictions are generated. This has made artificial intelligence an exciting possibility for many companies, and industry leaders speculate that the most practical applications of AI in business will be those related to customer service. In conclusion, we can say that deep learning is machine learning, but with greater capabilities and a different approach to work. Selecting any one of them to solve a particular problem depends not only on the complexity of the problem. In the last decade, artificial intelligence in branches, such as natural language processing, have been integrated into our daily lives. They are the technologies that recommend books, movies, and suggest foods that personalize our experiences as users of social networks, and that can predict behavior. In the field of machine translation technologies, these learning models have become essential. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded to this channel. Please leave your thoughts about deep learning versus machine learning. A simple way to understand the difference in the comment section below. Thank you.